It is not very often that new music comes out that I'm super excited about, but A Perfect Circle has just put out a new song. I think I listened to it once, but let's get into this. I want to listen to it together. I want to start breaking down some of the vocal stuff I'm hearing Maynard do. I fucking love this stuff, so let's get right into it. So I don't really think this is like a video. I guess it's just a visualizer, so it's just weird stuff happening. So not much to look at, but we can still talk about the song and Maynard's voice. One of the first things I wondered when this started, when I heard this was released, was is Josh Freese still playing with them? Because I loved when Josh was playing with them. The other drummers were great. I've seen them with the other drummers and stuff, and but they're not Josh Freese. I think he really made the first a couple albums just really terrific. So I don't really know if this is him or not. I tried to look it up. I don't know.
Power hungry, cold authority, looking out for me, so they keep telling me.
So I think Maynard kind of got his way with this, in that he always wants his vocals to be pulled back in the mix, and I know Billy, especially the first couple albums and stuff, was pushing his vocals more to the front, which I think we all technically want, but I think here he might have won a little bit because it's definitely sitting more in the mix, similar to Tool. But yeah, I mean, you can still hear it, but I would still love Maynard's voice to be up higher in the mix.
Reach on constantly to ignore empathy. It's a debility. Might reach what you see.
What is that? I can't tell if that's in 7 or if it's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think it's in. So, okay. So deceptively kind of higher than you'd imagine, but man, one of the things that makes Maynard's voice so terrific is that whispery, kind of smoky, distorted quality he usually does a lot of, especially in Tool as well. This kind of thing like this. And then you know that as he's going to go just a little bit higher, it's going to just get even heavier. It's just going to sound even better. Oh, and it's just going to keep kind of growing. But again, we have those notes that are showing up, and again, right away we have F sharp 4, which is typically where most people's bridges are, males that I work with. So that to hit that is not easy, but we'll get into this further. But yeah, I love that smoky quality. Vicarious comes to mind when he was in that. I own the TV because tragedy thrills me. It's hard sometimes to get your coordination right with that so that you can kind of keep going up and distort and get more powerful and not just kind of sit here and then peter out.
That poison worm don't in, got up under my skin. You
How freaking good is that? Da, 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 da. So again, deceptively higher than you would imagine. But let's back up a second and listen to that. Da, 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 da.
that poison worm don't in.
I can't tell what he's saying. That poison worm don't him. I have no idea. But God, it's so great.
Under my skin, you can bend the knee or become the enemy. Where am I going? How did I get here? How do I get back?
God, I love this so much. I don't mean to be such a fangirl about it, but I love Tool, I love Pussifer, I love A Perfect Circle, and not much music moves me like some of this stuff does anymore. Maynard has a great way of putting these songs together and really carving out his part that's really special, and sometimes the thing you would kind of think of would fit it. His part almost kind of is just, I don't know, man. He can always elevate the song. to such a level. And I mean, in terms of the vocal breakdown and everything, trying to talk about how to do this. I was talking about this recently when I was teaching a student. We were talking about Chris Stapleton. Hey, if you're enjoying this and you like to learn more about your personal voice, you can join me on Patreon with more exclusive content, monthly critiques I will give you. You can join my text program, or you can take lessons from me directly. I'm happy to get you up and running and help you figure out more about your voice. So yeah, I was talking recently about this with Chris Stapleton. And we were talking about holding the resonance a little bit higher. So we're talking about getting kind of up and out of here. Oh, and down here, and then holding this thing up here, this presence up here. How do I get back? So again, if we took a breath in, I don't like referencing this, but if I took a breath in like I was hitting a joint, again, I'm going to stop the airflow, and then I'm just going to hold this in. Now, you should be able to feel a pressure difference between how do I get back and having more of the speaking register, or projecting that up here and putting the head down. How do I get back? Oh, yeah. Oh, and having kind of everything held up here. So we're starting to shed that weight. Now, the good thing about that is if I kind of keep singing like that, I start favoring a range that can go up easier than a range that gets stuck here. So if I go, oh, I can be a little smoky. I can control my airflow. And then if I have to go the whole way up to like maybe a C, I'm pulling the ceiling off of that. So I'm not going, oh, like this. I'm going, oh, whoa. And you can see I'm much more easily navigating that path forward than anything that's letting go here. So literally it's either or like this. So a really good thing to practice, even just singing quieter and starting to learn how to cultivate that airflow. Another great thing about Maynard is he always knows how to let the music speak and knows when his part should be there and not. And that's really not easy with something like Tool, when the songs are kind of longer and really doing their thing, to really know when to shut the hell up and let the music kind of do its thing, and when to have just his part really shining. So now we're in 6. Ah, man. Again, to keep fangirling over Maynard, the dark, gritty power that he has, and then his very vulnerable voice is something I aspire for so much. I have trouble adhering to trying to sound one way when I hear somebody like him that can have such a dark, aggressive energy and then such a vulnerably beautiful and then grow into that. So like right here, that moment to breathe, how much the music was just kind of punching the shit out of you. Now that moment to breathe, and his voice is so beautifully vulnerable. Wake up to the Lord of Light. Wake up to the Lord of Light. And again, these little note changes he's doing. They're so very Maynard again. Curable sickness isn't this. Yeah. Oh, the growing. Oh, so good. There we got some harmonies. I was wondering, when I write music, I usually really love harmonies and really building these walls of like choir types of things in my original music. Again, Maynard has such a great ear for that, and he can do so many great things with it. But a lot of times he's not really adding that many backup vocals, and that's the fucker about it, is that he can still make such great, powerful vocal parts. Maybe with just like a little bit of a vocal double, or maybe just some kind of sparse harmonies. But now we have this harmony coming in there. So there we hear the vocal double coming in. But yeah, the harmonies were kind of hidden in the back and almost sounded like they had a reverb, a reverse reverb. So let's try to sing. Yeah, that was a pretty good guess. One might think I was a good piano player. That you are the enemy. So again, if we could sit in that quiet place, again, I haven't sang all day, so it's not going to sound like Maynard, and it might not even sound good, but oh, let's hear that one more time. If you don't agree with me, and you are the enemy. Mom. Something like that, right? That reminds me of another song. What is that? There's a similar vocal melody in there. Da na 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 na. Oh, I can't remember it, but it reminds me of another song. Be much better to listen to with headphones too, just to hear all those subtleties. I mean, I have some great studio monitors here, but it almost sounds like the quality of it's kind of toned down because of good old YouTube. I don't remember how many years ago it was. I went to see A Perfect Circle in a big place. It was the best goddamn sounding show I've ever heard in my life. But Maynard couldn't really distort his voice very much. Then I went to see a Tool show, and he sang it completely clean. Now, him having one of the greatest screams and the greatest distortional voices I've ever heard, such a thing that I really aspire towards and work towards and worship in this man's voice. Hearing him not have that anymore was definitely a bummer, because I've heard a lot of people seemingly kind of just lose that and then have to move forward. But it seems like, and I would love to hear from you guys, have you heard now shows, have you seen shows where he's kind of screaming again and kind of doing these things again? It definitely makes sense that somebody that works as hard as he does would not just give up on it and would actually, maybe take some lessons or take some vocal therapy or whatever and find his way back to it. But I think he's like 60, maybe 62, 63. I can't completely remember, but it seems like he's getting it back. And this, I mean, he sounds terrific in this. Yeah, I would be interested to hear that, because in the shows I saw, he sounded terrific, but he couldn't do the scream stuff anymore, or the distortion stuff anymore. Seeing this long hair here, did anybody else think when they saw the 3 Libras video that was his real hair? I remember when he was such a mystery, and I remember loving that long hair, but then you find out later that it was just a wig, and he calls it the It wig, or it's from the Addams Family or whatever that was, and that was not his hair. I thought that was great back in the day. I was like, oh man, that's so cool. Jesus. Well, what did you guys think about the new song, Tell me about your Maynard experiences and your Perfect Circle experiences. Terrific band, man. And like I said, one of the best shows I've ever heard, which is a weird thing to be able to say sometimes. You know, you can go see so many great bands and then you're just kind of like have this reverby kind of shitty mix experience, which is to be expected. But yeah, I would love to hear about you guys' experience. Again, if you want to learn more about your voice, how to do some of this kind of stuff, you can join me on Patreon. You can join me a lot of different places. Check the links in the description, and I will see you guys soon.